It's nice to see you all here. So we had this over-under bet, and I lost. I thought there'd be way fewer people than you guys. You guys owe me like $20 because I got to pay. So, as you can imagine, I'm glad that you're here. Thank you for being here by way of Channel 12 and by YouTube too. Thank you so much. Glad that we could provide that service for you so that you can watch this. So last week, I was hanging out around my house. Imagine that. Just hanging out the whole week in a lot of ways. And so one day I just started scrolling through my phone. And I don't usually do that too much. But what are you going to do, right? So I'm scrolling through my phone, and I came across a video. And on the video I was going to show it to you, but we just couldn't work it out. So there was a mom in the video. And she was with her little, she looked like she was like 15 months old, not quite 2, something like that, and her daughter, okay? So they're standing there in the living room, and the mom's phone, you could see the mom's phone charging, kind of off in the distance a little bit. And if I were to guess, the mom had just said to her daughter, "Do not touch the phone. Don't touch it," okay? Because the daughter was just standing there staring at the phone. Just staring at it like it was gold. And she's hanging out, and all of a sudden, for whatever reason, the mom pretends like she faints. So she pretends like she faints, and she's laying there on the ground with her eyes closed. And her daughter walks over, and she peeks around her mom's body, and she looks at her face to see if her eyes are closed, and then she runs over to the phone and grabs it and runs off. She runs off, and the whole time, all she cared about, right, was the phone. The phone, the phone, the phone. And there's so many memes about that all around. I mean, all kinds of videos. If you go on and if you're scrolling through the phone sometime today, you'll see all the things about little kids grabbing their mom's or dad's phone and taking off with it. Because phones are a big part of our life now, right? They become a huge part of our life. I can hear a phone right now. Right? So they're a huge part of our life. They're just part of what we do, part of how we live. And if you were to ask me about what I thought about phones prior to this past week, I would have said they were a necessary, not necessarily evil, but kind of inconvenience. Because I think they're a pain. I guess we need them to live. I guess that's what we need. We need them to live. But I really, like I said, I think they're a pain. And a lot of the reason I think they're a pain is because I don't do it right. I need somebody to help me figure out how to use it right, is really the deal. But after being stuck at home this past week, I've changed my mind about the phone. I really have. For the first time in my life, I can say I'm thankful that we have this kind of technology. I really am thankful. And I'm thankful mostly because my phone helped me stay connected to the outside world. It really did. Helped me stay connected to work, to the people of work, and really, most especially, it helped me stay connected to the people I love because my family's all over the place. And I wouldn't have been able to stay connected in the same way without it. You know, nothing will ever replace face-to-face interaction. Nothing's ever going to replace that. It's still the best thing. But having text, having WhatsApp, and especially really FaceTime, this past week was great. Because I could see my son all the way over in Poland. I could see my granddaughter in Charlotte and my daughter. And I could see my son in Washington, D.C., and I would not have been able to do that without the phone. So phones are a part of our lives. But here's the thing. Not only are phones a part of our lives, phones are a symbol. They're a symbol for me, and hopefully for you, for life in a new world. what life is like in a new world, because it's still a new world to me. That little girl in the video, she's never going to know a world without phones. It's just going to be normal to her. But for me, it's still a new thing. It's still this new technology that I'm trying to figure out, trying to get used to. Probably at some point, I'm going to need my granddaughter to help me out, right? But that's the way it goes. Trying to get used to living in a new world. We need help. We need each other. And the thing is this, learning how to live in a new world is not new. It's not a new thing. It's happened over and over and over again throughout the history of life. Paul, as a matter of fact, writes about it to the church in Corinth today. He writes to them and saying, in effect, the present form of this world is passing away. The world as you know it is passing away. A new world is on the horizon. So help each other get ready for it. Help each other live into it. Don't be afraid of it. Help each other. Because the truth is this. Life is always moving forward. Life is always moving forward. And that's a good thing. Because God is in the movement. God is in the movement of life, moving forward. No matter how much I want it to either stay the same or go backwards, it doesn't happen. Life is always moving forward, and God is in the movement. So the question for this year, for you and for me, is how do we help each other move forward as life moves forward? How do we help each other move forward with life? Amen.